back to Eislyn Bay. As I have been doing the last few videos, I am starting this video at a part of the island that I decorated on my last stream. As you can see, I created two cute boats, ships, what you want to call them. I will link where I got my inspo in the description below, of course. Pay the creator of this a little visit, and maybe you get some more inspo there for other builds. It's not all I did. Let's go back to the normal view. We also decorated this part of the island. It already had some trees. I just added some cute flowers and the first touches of Halloween. And of course, being a water island, a frog moved in. Today's build is going to be a little bit more this way. Here, this is a part of my island that is still not completely terraformed. There's still some things lying around here I'm keeping safe for a friend. But this is going to be the part we will be decorating today, as you can see. We will have to remove this fossil. I already added a flower and I already added a tree and some other little things, because the island over here is going to be the thing that is going to basically get our full attention, and then it will go up here, down here, and ends about here. I might even, depends on the time, add a little bit here, but I think I might save this for my next build, which will be up there. Well, does anyone recognize this house? I hope so, because it's time for the speed builds. First, I'm going to connect the island to the mainland. I am not sure if we're going to call this a bridge, or maybe it's no longer an island. Dell has to be able to get there. Of course he's a crocodile, so he could swim, but I decided to do it this way. Of course, my inventory is so incredibly full that it's really hard to find anything, especially in the beginning of this build. But I thought it would be nice for an intelligent crocodile slash scientist to have his own asteroid. Don't know how he got it there, don't know where it's from, but I guess if you want to know, you should ask Dale, because he probably can tell you. This time I really mostly knew what I was planning on doing and what I was going to do and how I wanted it to look. So even though I will be struggling a little bit and will be changing some things, especially patterns, but also where I'm putting some of the things, most of it ended up looking just as I planned it. Doesn't mean that I didn't have a hard time, especially with this microscope, to get it where and how I wanted it to stand, but not only that, I had a hard time to find it again. It just didn't go on the big table as I wanted to, so I changed the idea, put it on this ironwood card, and I have to say, for this I do really like the ironwood furniture. I also think that it really does suit Dell. For a moment I thought I could put the scattered papers on the table, but well, it's too big, and apparently it is something to put on the ground. So Dell probably will be walking over it all the time. When you like to look at stars and planets and, as you can see, write a lot of papers about it, then you want, of course, your own star. As I said in an earlier build, I really do like to use the star clocks because they are smaller than the nova lights, but still, well, you can't pick them up. They're really items to put down instead of just dropping star fragments. Of course, I also have done that in earlier versions of my island, but I must say I have changed my mind about the star clocks, and I'm using them instead of dropping star fragments who are easily to be picked up. Here I am using my simple side path. I really do like this nice custom design, and I decide to use it all the way through because it really doesn't match the darker wood, which I usually just use for my boats. Of course, a hidden bamboo lamp, bamboo speaker, not a lamp, it's a speaker, a hidden bamboo speaker to give some music without being too obvious. And as always, I'm using the same custom designs I'm using all over the island, simply because I don't really have room for any more. Not sure why I am hopping around like that, but I am. I think one day Dell will write a book about probably a planet or maybe a star system he has discovered, and as you could see earlier, there are a lot of papers and stacks of documents laying around, and I think I haven't had the time to read through them, but I think that's the manuscript of a book. One day we will find a book in the stores and it will be written by Dell. I'm pretty sure of it. Then, of course, after putting down most of the decorations, it's time to add flowers. Of course, I have ideas to decorate up top too. It's not going to be something fancy, and most of you will already realize that here I have already locked myself into a corner where I have to hop around to get off it again. I already noticed that too by this time, as you could see me hopping around to check if I was able to get off without having to remove the stakes again. I'm pretty good at getting myself stuck or, well, cornered. This part of the build is how I usually decorate the more natural part of my island. I basically did that for, well, almost as long as I'm decorating my island. So if you have seen any of the other videos in my playlist, you will realize that I just simply like it this way, using a few items, some flowers, and of course trees in different sizes. But also sometimes I just put down random things that basically has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the build. Well, here I'm going to try because, well, even though I know I'm on a spot that I'm not able to get out of, I have to be stubborn and I have to try anyway. This part is going to be some flowers too. Just a nice way to walk from his house to his study area. And then of course he has, like almost every other person on this island, his own resident froggy. Here I'm putting a globe. I want it to face with Europe this way, because that's where we are. And then here I am connecting it to the path going towards the campsite. I am trying to, if in any way possible, I am always trying to connect my builds. And this wasn't really a very long build, but here we go. Just a slow walk past Del's house, going up the path towards his study area. Of course, his typewriter, because we already know he's writing a book. And I am trying to read what he wrote, but not really possible. The first signs of Halloween are also here, and a little stool for him to sit down and relax and think a little bit before going back to work. I already put down some coffee there. He probably will forget it, and while working he probably will let it go all the way cold, so he won't be able to really drink it. As I said, I have been trying to read all these papers, but I just don't know enough about stars and constellations to make heads or tails of this. I thought it would be nice to use this DIY bench. Looks like he has been making maybe models or, well, anything to help him study. And of course, what else would he eat when he is a little bit peckish? Of course, mooncakes. And here we watch the asteroid he found, or maybe somebody gave it to him. Maybe, I don't know, aliens? You never know. You never know with Dell. I think he knows more about what's going out around in outer space than, well, most of us. And that's where today's video ends. And all I have left to say is bye bye, or as I say it in Dutch, doei doei. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot to tell you. I don't know why I already said bye. Luckily I have a little bit more time. I almost forgot to tell you that I started my own Discord. If you want to join, the link's down in the description, just like everything else. And now it's really time to say goodbye. And I hope to see you soon. Doei doei!